Okay. Hi, I'm Luke Hoffman. I'm going to be talking about how to share your testimony. So, I thought I would start off with what is a testimony? Your testimony is the story of your walk with Christ and the way He has worked through your life. It's not just about your sin struggles and your trials in your life, and it's not a trauma dump. Um, no one has a boring testimony. God can use everyone's story, and even if you have that testimony where you grew up in the church and you stayed with the church, that's amazing. And that can impact so many kids just in the same way that testimonies with lots of trials can impact kids. Um, Make sure the details that you share in your testimony are age appropriate. So little kids, they don't want to know all those details. They can't handle those details. So you want to tone that way down. If you want to talk about your sin, you can say that you made bad choices or you did things that went against God, things that He wouldn't like. If you're talking to middle schoolers, they can handle a bit more. Maybe you could say partying, bullying, stuff like that. But even still, you need to use discernment about whether or not certain campers can handle things because every camper is different and every cabin is different. High schoolers, they can handle more. Well, some of them can handle more. Once again, you have to use discernment. But saying, when you're talking to high schoolers, they could most likely handle things like drugs, alcohol, sexual immorality. Even still, though, not using too many details, just keeping it simple, saying it just like that, and then not going further into it. So, yes, use your judgment. Certain groups can handle more, certain can handle less. If you do want to be very vulnerable with your testimony, save that for sharing it with other staff members. You will have an opportunity to share your testimony during staff training week with the rest of your quad, and then also anytime you want to with other staff, weekends, just after what's it called, Bible studies. Um, and then another important thing would be the time frame. Don't go for too long. Campers don't have very long attention spans, and also no one really wants to listen to an hour-long testimony. It's really important, but there's not a ton of time for that, and they will get distracted and stop paying attention, and it won't have the impact that you want it to. It's okay if you don't have that 30-minute testimony. 15 minutes, 10 minutes, that's all you really need to get your message across and show how God has worked in your life. And then a lot of things that you should talk about in your testimony would be like your acceptance of Christ, one, and then things like baptism, rededication, your life since Christ, trials that He's gotten you through. That's the important part, is showing how your life is different after you've accepted Christ. Because that's what they need to know, and that's what they need to see, is that Christ changed you and that you are a different person because you have been born anew. I think that's mostly it. Thank you.